Hello, everybody, and today is yet another Sunday night late show. I am very glad that we are here tonight. I won't lie to you. I have had a very long motherfucking week. My ass is fucking tired and shit. But I made a commitment to you motherfuckers to keep on doing these live streams. I made a commitment also to doing at least one weekly live stream, which is in fact the Sunday Night Late Show. Yeah, I know it's hard in that a lot of our fans miss out because in terms of time zoning, this is kind of late for them. So I apologize for that. What's up, Paul Nicole? What's up? But maybe we'll find a time of the week where we can do a regular sort of scheduled daytime live stream as well. But yeah, how's everyone's week? Who's tuning in right now? Going, Paul, how your week been, Paul Nicole? Nice one. I mean, I'm glad it's done. Hey, what's up, Guitar Lessons Live? How's it going? I'm a guitar player too, rusty and fuck. My hand went to shit over a number of years where I had sort of a repeating ganglion cyst for like 8 years. But getting the hand back, practicing, working on it. I'm a blues player. But between the power outage last week and then running out of propane and fucking house freezing and the pub and working at the pub and all the drama at the pub, as there's always drama in pubs, especially and this isn't a comment on gender per se, but it's like when you work with all women and you're the only dude, it could be stressful. Like when you have two female servers who are fighting with each other, not really like fighting, but like being kind of snappy and catty with each other. So like one comes up, "What's up, GS Friendly Trees MMJ?" The generator in and of itself, like I didn't wire it into my house's power because that's just going to cost me a bunch of money. But what I have done is I've got it going, and I've run power cables into the house through the window, and I was having problems getting the Jenny firing up and going. But then our friend Biker Squatch, as we call him now affectionately at this YouTube channel, brought over some marijuana moonshine made out of, I believe, a lemon haze godbud or like lemon godbud or something like that. So poured a bunch of that in himself and then poured some in the Jenny, and she fired right up. She works like a dream now. It's a 6250 start 5500 watt runner. I mean, we can run a heater in there. We can run a light in there. We can run at least one fan and then still run the TV and other shit out in the living room too. So it's nice. Luckily, knock on wood, we haven't had a power outage since those power outages, which suck. But it's just been a week, man. And then I, having to work the anniversary kind of sucked, and then we had to work Valentine's the next day because our anniversary is the day before Valentine's. So it's been a long week for us, and just kind of no, not a cat fight, just two very passionate, opinionated women who personally like each other, but professionally speaking, get right at each other's goat sometimes. So it was busier than fuck at the pub today. Like holy shit. Paul Nicole, I live in the fucking bush, man. I literally live out in the bush. There's one set of power lines that feeds up through where I live that goes up to Harrison Hot Springs. Between trees and drunk drivers out here, man, like fuck, shit gets fucked up all the time. Hey, little Betty. Hey, honey. Hey, little Betty. But yeah, no. Between the weather and windstorms, ice storms, snowstorms, and then just drunk drivers and shit. But I don't live in the city. I still have an apartment in Vancouver, but no, I bought a house and moved outside of Vancouver. That's why Mr. Potsquatch has a closet that has clothes in it and not weed plants now. I bought a house. Not a big house, but a nice little house. Whew. But the great thing is I got a really exciting kind of dinner meeting tomorrow. Buddy from BC Craft Supply Co. is coming over for dinner, bringing his old lady. And Miss Pasquatch and her go hang out. They got things in common and shit, and they're going to, do girl things. And we're going to talk shop. We're going to talk, we're all going to have dinner and get drunk and shit, but talking about the financing of us actually starting a craft grow micro farm in partnership with their company. If this moves ahead, the name of the company will be obviously Pot Squatch Growers. It will be Pot Squatch Growers, brought to you by BC Craft Supply Co., which is the greater company, which is a company that's actually really taking interesting standpoint on things. I mean, I will admit they are a big entity funded by corporations. I will admit that. But they are run and owned by really good dudes that I get along with, and I really have a lot of respect for. And I've kind of come to get to know them and finding out what they're doing. So where a lot of these big super farms that are owned by bajillionaires, like this isn't exactly really what this is. Like, I mean, there's money behind this company, but it is a company that wants to bring in craft growers into the market and help us to get things going. And basically how it works from the basic standpoint is if we were to move ahead with it, we would sign, a sole distribution agreement, which is very much like, how we do films. I'm a filmmaker and shit. Basically it's, there's always other people helping, right? You got to co-op, you got to kind of cooperate on shit to make it happen and make it real, make it, work for you. Because let's be honest, I don't have any fucking money. The way the Canadian government is doing this, there's no way I'll ever be able to get into the market. It's just not possible. I don't have the required capital to do it. If any of you are billionaires out there, let me know. But BC Craft Supply Co., what you would do, they fully will finance everything. They will pay my operating costs. They will pay my this or that. But it's still my company, it's my location. I set up and build and renovate my own farm. I just, sell them. They're actually even talking about maybe even possible sponsorship for the YouTube channel here, so we could get, maybe a few cool things to kind of do some greater experiments for all of you and show you some stuff. And I asked them, if we were to move ahead, if we were to do business, I'm still going to run my YouTube. I'm going to run it for my farm. I'm going to show everyone how you build a giant super farm, and I'm going to do all of that crap. And they're like super on board. They're like, fuck yeah. They're actually planning a BC Craft Supply Co. Cannabis Cup eventually coming up. And hopefully our farm, if we move ahead with them, is going, because simply fucking put, I'm pretty sure I probably, if not win, definitely top placement, 100%. I'm ready to go toe-to-toe with any of the growers they've signed on right now, so 100%. Put it this way. One of their owners was over at my house, and he tried some of my Sasquatch shit, and fucking, he got blasted, man. He was like, damn, all right, man. Like, some shit, man. I was like, damn fucking right. You know what I'm saying? And our buddy who's over is one of our friends. He's the person who has the final say whether a grower could do business with their company. So it's actually kind of a brilliant idea in a certain sense. It's finding a way to get, because the best growers out here in BC, most of us aren't these huge, giant super farms. We're not, we are craft growers. Craft cannabis is what has made the name for BC Bud. Consistent dank as fuck weed gave us a regular thing. But some of the craziest shit in the history of BC that has been produced is by just random craft growers doing it of their own accord, on a somewhat of a smaller scale in their own world. I mean, that's just how it's always worked. But that's where the dank BC Bud came from, That's where it came from. So basically, they want to help people. Because, for example, like I said, there's no fucking way, unless I go sell 50% of my company to some jerk-off capitalist, 50% or 49% or some shit. That's the only way right now that I will have enough money to be able to move forward with Healthcare Canada to actually do this. But this company is basically saying, hey, if you're someone who is a really good craft grower and like, I mean, I would have to provide things to be tested to them and you know, have a lot of meetings and talk about things and all that. You know, but they're willing to set that up because, like, I mean, you know, then you're making money. I don't need to worry about operating costs and shit like that. I just run my company as a third party, in a sense, kind of contracted craft grower for this company, and then we've just decided to do business together. So it's actually pretty cool in terms of basic premise, and really good people. Been getting to know, you know, at least one of them like really tight, and you know, he's pretty rad, and yeah, it's so far. Like, and you guys and girls these days know what happens when Uncle Pasquatch thinks something's fishy. You know what I'm saying? Something fucked up, motherfucking shit. I whip my dick out and hit people with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, meanwhile, Grow Systems, nice to see you. But anyway, so it's interesting in that regard. I mean, you know, we'll see what happens, but it's an exciting opportunity. We will see how it plays out. But I have a meeting about that tomorrow. He's coming over for dinner with his old lady, and we will see what happens. Well, guitar lessons live. That's totally what I'm going to do. Like, that's going to be one of my points of the legal agreement. That would be, you know, all the contracts and stuff with the company. I'm going to be like, look, I'm going to be doing my thing, running the YouTube front and sharing this and the birth of Site One Pot Squatch Growers Farms on the YouTube and sharing it with my people and shit. So, you know, and I've already got property that's willing to let me lease part of the property for it. I've already got a location that is going to need a little renovation to bring it up to code and all the ways for, because Healthcare Canada has a lot of requirements and like swipe card, key card, security system entry and shit. So like part of me is like, well, maybe I should be an asshole and just do retinal scanning too, just to be that prick. Go make say I have to do all this, well, I'm gonna do all that and then this shit. Just be like, haha, fuck you, motherfucker. Hey, what's up, Luminos? What's up, Herman Hess? How you doing? But it's a cool thing because, you know, I'm doing my own thing, growing my own strains, developing my own strains, and would be legally bringing stuff to market. You know, I've already expressed, oh crap, one of the dogs just ran out. Betty, don't do this. It's cold out. Go outside. Oh, God. 1 second, everybody. I'm chasing a little dog. See, I'll show you. There she is. I don't know if you can see. It's a little dog. She chews the nerve. She knows I'm chasing her. She's much faster than my ass. Okay, come on, baby. Go inside. Go inside. Go inside. Come on. Here you go. Up the stairs. Good girl. Good girl. No, 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 no. Go in the house. Go in the house to your brother. Yes. Whew. We've come back from our Arctic Tundra run. Hey, what's up out there, UK? Good morning. Dude, I'd love to see some pictures. Shoot me an email with some pics. I'd love to see your outdoor over in Ausland. Because I guess you guys are in your summer now, aren't you? So you would have outdoor plants right now going. But also, too, just in terms of actually getting this farm going, I mean, what would probably be possible avenues in the long run would be being able to get licensing to also start doing seeds and, like, you know, developing my own genetics as pot squatch and bringing them to people. And that's cool, you know? Because a big part of what upset us here at Pot Squatch Growers was that we couldn't come to market. We voted for a government that would bring us prohibition to an end, you know? We would make it legal now. And we would finally be able to all come out of the shadows and be there and be normal citizens who grew things, you know? And no, only for the super rich is how it has been done, and it still currently exists in that way. I mean, because even the micro craft license, because that's what we will be, going for. So not some like we have 89 bajillion thousand plants. Because there's farms out here, guys and girls, in season days that are huge, 80,000 to 100,000 plants in one facility. It's insane. But for me personally, I've never wanted that. I'd never wanted to do that as a grower. As a grower, all I wanted to do was to be able to have a large enough setup to start, and then I'll, open up more. But I don't want huge facilities. Just nice, tiny, micro craft grow ones, and take over the market and make a name in the market, not by, producing 100 bajillion thousand pounds and pump it in the market. I just want to make what I make the best of the best, be the Tesla of pot, the Cadillac, right? Even though Cadillac makes a lot of Cadillacs, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, okay. The last watering of the last light day is what you do. Then you don't water them. You do 24, 48, or even 72. 48 hours of darkness, let's just say. It doesn't matter any of them. You don't water them during that. Because one, you do not want to bring the humidity in your room up. You do not. And you don't want to fucking like water them right before you go to darkness. Water them at the start of their day. And make their going into darkness when they go to bed. Like when the timers would have normally gone out. And then you don't water them. And keep your fans fucking running. If anything, crank them a bit up. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to wind burn your shit. So careful on angles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of the tight quarters in there, and the way I'm using these really turbocharged fans, got a couple of branches on 2 plants that are a little wind burnt, and they're in close proximity to the fan. I'm just going to trim off the one little branch. It's all good. It's early on anyway. And I'll show you guys and girls in season days that in the video as well. But keep the air moving, because mold and other shit, man. You don't want that. All right. Do you have a color temp you recommend for flower and veg? Well, for example, if you want to go and take a look at the boards, because I'm running Horticulture Lighting Group. It's an American company. Next generation grow lights. I'll pay full price for that shit. Cash money. It's expensive, but they work amazing. They have fully and in every way. Crap! I opened 2 beers again, like a dumbass. I think. Unless Mrs. Potsquatch opened one. She has wine though, so she probably wouldn't do that. I'm a dumbass. Anyway, back to it. They're 3,000 Ks. I believe the Horticulture Lighting Group offering on the V2 new boards, 2400s, 3000s, and 4000s, I think. I went with the 3000. That gives you beautiful versatility for both running veg and flowering. Some say, oh, well, you might get some crazy more trikes on, those 4,000 Ks. And I'll be like, motherfucker, I grow with a lot of different types of lights. And I know my strains. And I'm pretty sure my shit's pretty crystally on its own with these 3,000 Ks and the sexy. So don't go buy 2 lights. Buy the 3,000 Ks. Good for veg, good for flower. So that's how I would answer your question right now, if that would make sense to you. Does that make you happy? Does that bring you satisfaction? Yeah. So, yep, the 3000 K V2 boards are fucking dope, man. Made friends with one of the owners there. They were a really good experience with ordering from them too. Really helpful. Questions and shit, like how the fuck do I put this together and shit. Like it's a bit of a learning curve for me right now, and it's been a while, no, they totally, Steven, it was cool. Steven is one of the owners. He's got like this really fucking thick American accent. Like, I don't know if it's South per se, but I'm me, right? So we were just fucking talking and having a good old laugh, and And then I made the video. That's how we made the video, was with Stephen's help and another grower friend down in the U.S. who's an electrician and a grower. Old man Ken. When I had to quit drinking for a while there, which was actually shared on the YouTube early on, I was drinking de-alkalized beer a lot for a while, and quit for 122 days with Miss Pot Squatch just to gain perspective on shit. Helped us, be healthier. But Ken Carpenter, man, you motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You carpenter asshole. He was a carpenter electrician, super handy dude, like, man, Ken, motherfucker, you did a lot of help for me learning how to put those lights together and think, because like I was like super nervous too. It was like, I don't want to fuck this shit up. I spend so much money on it. But then we put one together, got it working, and did it successfully, and taught ourselves how to do that. And I'm like, all right. So luckily we bought 3 lights. So let's try to put the next one together, and we'll make the video with it. And if we fuck up, well, we got one more light to make another video. Fuck, I'm having fun answering weed questions. Ask another marijuana question. Why does my blueberry OG smell like cat piss? Do you have cats? I'm assuming you don't. You would probably figure that part possibly out on your own. But what my answer is going to be, well, one, you never know who's, like, I don't know which company you got it from. And I can't even speak to a lot of companies, man. Like, I don't personally know them. Most of my genetics come from people I've met or at least become connected to through, to be honest, the internet, even too, like, who are growers. And they're just developing these beautiful friendships with these people and over the years. And that's where, a lot of my genetics have come from, or people passing away. And then I inherited, certain genetics too, was one of how we got some of them. It could be that it's too damp, but I'm also going to tell you, Sneezer, like, dampness is not necessarily going to change the smell of your weed unless you got some mold cultures or something going on. What I'm talking about is you've got the blend of blueberry OG smell like cat piss. Dude, like, it's just the phenotype too, right? Because a lot of these companies, right, they're not properly cubing strains. In order to stabilize a strain, you have to cube it, which means 4 generations of selective inbreeding. It's not weird in that sense. You're reducing the gene pool, yes, but you're doing it through selective breeding throughout the generations. And so doing it 4 times, you got to cube that shit out, man. You make a 4-point of yes. And that is the Mark 1, boom, runner of that strain. That's the bare minimum requirement. You could do it even more before you release it. You can take as long with that shit as you want to. But yeah. What temps and humidity do you recommend for drying? Well, I like to keep it on the coolest side if I can. I like to dry in anywhere from 58 to 64 degrees Fahrenheit. I say it Fahrenheit because, most of you people, a lot of you anyway, are Americans. And I know it's easier. And so I converted that before I did the videos, just in case anyone wanted to ask that. Don't ask me to convert anything else into Fahrenheit. I'm going to need to think about it. But I mean, so erring on the cooler side for me personally is the best way to go. But at the same time, you don't want it super humid in there. So if you have a naturally dry space that you also like is a good environment, and you keep it dark, because you always dry in the dark. Okay. And that's why you store your marijuana always in the dark. Light builds and makes the beautiful flowers and shit in your weed titties. But once you kill those weed titties, cut them down, rat them the fuck out, kill that shit, the light's going to destroy that shit. It's going to make your weed titty hard work not as good. It'll still be good. You'll never know if you didn't know. But if you did it that way, I will tell you, your marijuana would have tasted better. It would have been stronger if you did in dark. It's not like an orange Pico green tea thing, you know what I'm saying? Well, hey, Sneezer, it's not necessarily a bad thing, per se, right? But I'm just saying, though, that, like, I'm saying the one phenotype probably smells like cat piss that you have. I'm saying, like, if you grew up a bunch of other ones, there's a very good chance you'll find other phenotypes that aren't smelling like cat piss. Especially blueberries in the genetics. Oh, fuck yeah, Herman Hess. I will fully concur on that. Bare minimum. Takes at least a month for them to start getting sexy and shit. And don't dry in fucking brown paper bags and shit. Like, if you have to do it that way and that's the way you gotta go, then do it. But if you got the space, hang dry, big branches, some of the techniques, you can even cut the bottom of the plant. You know what I mean? I've never personally done this to the point of where I've tested it in a lab to know if it really works or is it just an old wives' tale. But I'll share it with all you. Another BC grower technique from out here, man. So instead of like that, you clean the bush up a bit, right? Take all the big female leaves off, the whole bush. Take off all the scraggle push shit that you may have missed in smaller branches. Leave the main big sexy branches, and you cut at the bottom of the stalk. And you hang it right away. Goddamn fucking right. Because then residual THCs and cannabinoids up in the fucking fluids of the plant system and its other tissues, right? Seep down into the weed titties. And you dry them that way. I've never tested it to know if it's real or not. There's times where I've done it where I was like, yeah, I'm sure it works. But like, can I say that I've ever tested it in a lab in terms of the cannabinoids? No, I can't say that. But what I can say though is it seems to possibly work. And it's just another one of those techniques and BC grower techniques that exists out there. As, you know, and that's a straight out of the craft grower world, man. This is like, that's from a local craft grower where I learned that one, man. You know? I mean, I did something similar, but never with the thought of that being part of it. I never thought about it in that sense. But, you know, I don't know. It's an interesting thought, though, if you know what I mean. I wonder if Mrs. Potsquatch is recording something. Or she's mad. Sounds kind of like singing here. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. But I know she's not mad at me. I wonder what's going on. Curious. Anyway, back to marijuana. Yeah, so, you know, there's a technique you might want to try. Want to maximize your weed titties' strength, you know? Make them a little bit stronger. Yeah. Make them a little bit harder hitting. Yeah. Maybe try that. All right. Dude, Django Unclaimed, I can definitely do that. Okay, first tell me, am I pronouncing her name right? If I say Evie, is that the right pronunciation? Evie? Am I saying it right? If I say Evie? I will wait for your response. Okay, right. Okay, cool. Well, luckily, I'm a dumbass who opened two beers. So even though one is done, the other is not. Dear Evie, this is Uncle fucking Potsquatch. It is now February, where I am technically the 18th, but it was the 17th. That's why I labeled this YouTube that. But supposedly, wherever you are, Evie, right now, this motherfucking second your birthday. So Evie from Potsquatch Growers, happy goddamn motherfucking birthday. You're 24. You're still young. I'm still young too. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of world ahead of you, Evie. So remember going into 24. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to ask fucking questions. The trick of the story is there ain't no such thing as a stupid question. Just assholes out there who are going to make you feel that way. And also, don't be afraid when you're pretty fucking sure of something and something wrong or this or that. You won't take a stand. Piss in the fucking mouths, Evie. Piss in their fucking mouths. So anyway, Evie, from Potsquatch Growers, happy motherfucking birthday. Was that good? Did I pass your test of requirements for a birthday? Hello? Happy birthday, Evie. What's that? Oh, it's a drink and a piece of cake. Fuck yeah. I never done that before too, Evie. Evie, you were my first. You were my first on the internet live stream happy birthday at the exact birthday time or like day wish I've ever done in my whole life. Maybe I will do many of them in years to come. I don't know. But Evie, you were the first. It was the first time. I'm a shit singer, unless it's something I really know well, or I have a limited register. But anyway, cool. Happy birthday for the third time, then. So, where you guys from? Django Unclaimed. Pound of that to you, Evie. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right. What's Florida like? I mean, as a Canadian, hear a lot about weird shit in Florida. But then you also hear good things and is Florida in fact like a super... No, I know. That's why I'm asking, Django. That's why I'm asking. Like in Florida, is it like... I don't know. You hear weird stuff from Florida, Well, Canada's pretty fucking dope, I won't lie to you. I'd like to go to Florida to check it out. I'm curious, because, you hear weird stories of, super crazy conservative people and weird shit happening, but they hear awesome things about, the nicest people in the world. And then you also hear that a lot of old people go there to go, retire and get drunk, so you're kind of curious to see that. Yeah, okay, so because I had a feeling some of them were true. Yeah. Well, I should come check out Florida. Is it true that you have peaches? I do like peaches. I won't lie to you. I'm sure you do, but I will be the judge of that when I come to Florida, and I will tell you what I think about your weed titties. If I don't think they're good, I will find the nicest possible way to say it. And I will hug you as you cry. I'm just teasing, man. I'm just teasing. One second. Let's roll a little joint. Figure we take a little toke as well to Evie birthday, you know what I'm saying? Why the fuck not? I believe it's the last part of some Death Bub I acquired from Biker Squatch. Ah, shit. Sorry, Django. Georgia peaches, not Florida peaches. Ah, but it sounds similar. Georgia, Florida. In my head, I can see where I went with that. Well, what do you guys do in Florida then, other than grow pot? Hey, what's up, MH23D00 Simple Seed? I'm gonna have to come up with a shorter version of your name to call you by. What's up, MH? MH23. I'm gonna call you that. Is that okay, MH23? Can I call you that? I'll call you Sip Seed. Oh shit. And you're watching me on YouTube. That's fucked up. Thank you, MH. Sound good. Do you enjoy my weird show on the YouTube there, people in Florida? Evie, birthday girl, do you enjoy watching this weird, crazy, hairy Canadian who's balding, but really it's just hair migrating to reinforce the other parts of my body? Well, that's cool, man. You want to know how my show started? I got drunk. And I didn't know. I was like, I'm gonna start one of those YouTubes. Fucking rights. I'm gonna go and start a YouTube where I grow pot, and I was just getting because I took a break for a couple of years from growing. And I was like, no. This is my life's calling. It has always been. I need to continue my fight. And I still had all my genetics safely stored in a vault. And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to fight and bring it back. I'm going to fight for the weed titties again. And, you know, because I was married, I moved to Europe. I was gone there for a while and shit, but dude, Medi one's the fucking shit. What's up, BB? Hey, Shrek! No. See, then when I tried to, okay, I don't do impersonations. That's the weird thing. I just talk. And I have these characters, and I don't really think. They just kind of come out when I do it. But when I try to do something, it doesn't work. Just kind of do it. And it's like, I know it seems like I'm doing impressions. But when I try to do an impression, it doesn't work. Unless I do Schmeagol. I can definitely do Schmeagol. Fucked it up in the one live stream because I was a little too drunk by the end of it. Because I couldn't even remember the lines, and I was all drunk and shit. But that's why I did the weird shit with the puppies instead. Performance art, make it work. But yeah. God damn it, Dean. All the English accents in certain places in England, you walk 6 blocks down the road, it changes. Well, not as much anymore. But back, especially in the old days, England, man. Django, I was briefly featured on like this small docudrama in America called Hitler's Last Stand. Season 2 of Hitler's Last Stand will be coming out. I played like kind of one of the featured roles in one episode. It was either episode 3 or 4 of season 2 that's coming out. But I played a character on that in this show. So season 1's out. I did a little bit of stuff on that. And season 2, you'll see me playing a thing called a dude of a thing on one episode. And yeah, then helped them do some other like kind of sort of action filler sequences for the rest of the week just because they were like, hey, you want to come back, help us out? And I was like, yeah. Dude, why not? Sounds like fun. Let's do it. Is a Podstar Podsquatch? Pod 2.0. What? Oh no, Django, we have a TV show that we have written. Well, we've written the pilot. It's a premise and a pilot written show, and we're trying to sell it to Netflix. We're still in post right now, fully doing all the edits and stuff, and trying to get that going and stuff. But try again. But yeah, so long story short, though, Roomies for Life will be a TV show. It will live. We will make it happen. I will find a fucking way, even if I need to go show up at Seth Rogen's production company. Because he went to the school down the road from my school. I was in grade 8 when he was I think, getting out of shit. Or maybe even missed him. I don't know. But, you know, it's like, it's a show about Vancouver. His production company's named Point Grey. That's a neighborhood and the school he went to. Like, it's like, come on, motherfucker. Read my script. Watch my pilot. Help us get on Netflix. Because they don't take unsolicited shit, right? So I can't just give them applications anymore. Netflix, I don't think ever did that, but Amazon did. But you can't do that with Amazon even anymore, no. Nothing unsolicited. You gotta know somebody. Which kind of seems stupid. Okay. Gotcha. Luminaz. But yeah, so we do have the TV show. It is a fictitious storyline by and large that also, well, simply put, a fictitious storyline by and large, but all the characters, for the most part, are exaggerated caricatures of real people. That's true. We're going to war against the political correctness movement and the social justice warrior movement, or what I like to call the stupid, retarded, extremist left. Because I identify as a left socialist. That's just me. I have a lot of friends who are right. I got even friends that support Trump, even though I think they're retarded, but we can still be friends and get along. You know, we're all allowed to have different opinions, and it doesn't mean we can't be human beings together. That's the fun part of being human. You know, differentiality. It's a thing. It's all right. Have a good time with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, simply put, rock and roll on that one, right? But wait, what was I saying? I'm getting a little distracted here now. Leftist, no. Oh, right, TV show. We're gonna piss in their mouths. Fuck those fuckers, man. Bunch of idiots. I mean, it's like it's kind of like because the human nature, if we look at history, right, it's like we take a good idea and we take it way too far. We are a people of extremes. We have a very big issue sitting on the fence or finding the middle ground. I wonder why. Maybe that is why the world doesn't get to cuss or together very well. Well, that's why I'm here to change that shit. I always said, give me a pound of weed, bunch of cases of beer, a few kegs of beer. Take me to the UN or sit me down with like hostile countries. I will help them make friends. I bet you I could. I believe in that. When I was a kid, the Channel Tunnel was dug out near where I live. Thousands of men came to town with every accent you think of. Oh, that's super dope, dude. It was like being given a chance to study accents. It is very special. That sounds like a lot of fun, man. Oh shit, we're supposed to light a joint for Evie's birthday. Sorry, Evie. We're lighting a joint for you. To your birthday. And also, thank you, Biker Scotch, for your death power. It's hard not to do, especially when I'm drunk, which as a kid I was most of the time. Well, yeah, right? No, but like, see, for me, like, I do it literally all the time. I've done it. I even did it before alcohol. I've always just done weird voices. Like here's a fun story of what like my early young childhood to share with you. So like, you know, spelling tests in school, right? You gotta learn how to spell words. Well, it's like if my parents or my teachers would make me do it in a normal voice, I couldn't get it right. But if you allowed me to do a weird accent and just be weird about it, I would ace every single test. It's fucked up. It's like certain voices have certain abilities, and then other people. I mean, it's all me. It's just Robin Williams said it best. It's like all the characters, voiceover, etc., that he did. You know, was this is me paraphrasing it, but you know, are just different vehicles for him. And I very much feel the same way about my own. You know, the way I just am, and kind of just go. It's funny. People meet Mrs. Potsquatch in real life, and they're like, and they just meet me, and they're like, is he like this all the time? Like, he can't be like this all the time. He's putting this on. She's like, no, this is literally, he wakes up and it's like this. It is very true. Sometimes I am quiet on bad days. I just sit there. I will respond if you ask me something. I'm just thinking. The curse of the actor, writer, comedian, performance artist in general, or the fucking human being. Sometimes we got shit weighing on us. Fucking blows. But it teaches and it can help you learn things if you want to. People are strange, but my donkey does do a good impression of a horse. Well, that's pretty fucking cool. Is he as fast as a horse, though? So, yeah, Betty's like, feels like she's like 6 inches long. She's much bigger than that. And she's faster than me, too. Not necessarily saying much. She's like, wait a second. Honey, what do you think Betty weighs now? Maybe 4 pounds? She's like a 4-pound dog. Fucking tiny, but she's fierce. So, fuck it. More marijuana questions. I'm having fun with answering weed questions. Hit me with more questions of marijuana. As I stroke my beard thusly. Watch out, baby.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
What are we smoking?
It's the last part of that nug from the death pub. I just let it sit on the counter, alright? I figured, fuck it, smoke it. Bay licking your toes.
They both are. They like, if you put lotion on you, they'll go for it.
Oh, that makes
That's
sense.
gross. Hey!
Aha! Well, one, I need to see the exact plans to, like, it could be a lot of things. I mean, 1, underwatering. 2, overwatering. 3, you burnt it. 4, fungus gnat larvae eating the nubile root growth in the bottom of the stem, and so it loses stability and falls over. Hell, it could be a lot of fucking things. So it's like, 1, can I help you assess it? Yes. Do I need to see things or like more information? Also, yes. Well, you could also have your light too high. Your light could be too high and you're causing them to stretch and you're forcing them to fight to get more light before they have a chance to build up their trunk and then my cat doesn't fuck with them. He just likes walking around them and sitting with them. He is totally his father's son. He's a dope farmer cat. He just wants to sit in there with them sometimes. In flower, I don't let him in. Because, you know, sticky weed titties and shit, right? But in veg, I don't mind letting him be in there. And he likes to just sit with them. And he sleeps on the lights in between the pots under the canopy. And he just sits with them. Never touches them. Sometimes he just might smell it a bit. Because he likes to smell of weed. Just like his daddy. But then he just sits in there. Yeah, same with mine. NC Kerr, hello and welcome. Would you like some more weed, baby? Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Sure. I mean, I just showered and I'm like, but...
Come look at my wet dog life. Say hi.
Hi.
What's up, bitches?
You're in the computer. It's so
How
simple.
are they? Ow, ow. What if you fit in the building? Or whatever.
The building must be at least 3 times this size. This is cool. I like the packaging for these.
Well, Dean, you just can't let your plants get, or your cats get at your baby plants. It would be the moral of that story. Just protect your children better from your other children, dude. And I don't mean that in a mean way. Come on, man, you can do it. Could be that too, but see, Herman, you and I are both currently just stabbing in the dark with our answers because we don't know the environment, we don't know the light source, we don't know the soil, we don't know the strain, we don't know the humidity, we don't know any variables. So right now, you and I are just like whipping our dicks out into the dark and stabbing at something, trying to hope to find a vagina, if that's what you wanted to have sex with, you know. But like, yeah, so right, you know, but yeah. Been 6 weeks, pounds astounding. Should we add anything? They look so healthy. I don't want to add anything. Weather has been perfect. Rain every 3 days. I only had to water 3 times. It's all about though too, like what your soil's like where you are. How good is your soil with where you are in Australia? And I do not know Australian soil, so you're gonna have to be the knowledge reservoir on this one.
They do have a lot of farms in it.
They do have farms. It is true. But the question is, do you have good soil where you are?
He's literally in the center of the continent, and there is no water. For some reason, there is Wi-Fi.
I love you, sexy lady.
I love you, handsome man.
Okay, responding to you then. I don't like growing in straight cocoa. This is just me being honest about my personal tastes. Cocoa, great thing to have cut into soil. Have some of that shit cut in, it's very good. But going with straight cocoa, man, fuck nah, man. That's not for me personally. That's not how I like to do it. My flower 12 light cycles somehow got screwed up at 6 weeks. Melissa Rose, it's okay. I fucked up shit occasionally too. My question is, how long was it fucked up for, and how was it fucked up by? What happened? Like what exactly fucking happened? Tell me how you fucked, or I didn't mean you, but I mean, I'm not trying to be like, bitch, you fucked up. But I'm just saying, like, how did you fuck up? And I mean that in the best of possible ways. Know what I'm saying? Okay, but more information, Melissa Rose, is required. How long was it fucked up for? Did you extend the darkness, or did you bring or shorten the darkness of 12? Like, at what time did it happen? Like, or roughly, like, describe to me exactly in terms of its schedule what has happened, and I will tell you my opinion and what you can do for that. Woohoo! Well, see, that's the thing. So, in terms of breaching a dark period, at 6 weeks, they've been fairly in flower for quite some time. They're like, they're deep into it. So they're a little bit tougher than you can give. But this is where genetics play a thing, okay? If you shock your plants and fuck it the wrong way, especially later in flower, then you can get some nanners, a little weird, like, kind of hybrid. It's just like a different male gland that all of a sudden comes at a female weed tit, and it creates a female pollen. It knocks itself up. It's a survival mechanism. It gets all freaked out. So it's like, I need to find a way to propagate somehow. I'm going to fucking knock myself up. But at the same time, if you have stable, strong genetics that are, resistant to that, which a lot of strains are, you should be completely fine. But how long was it fucked for? Think about it. Type me an answer and I'll tell you how fucked you are. With good genetics, you're quite possibly safe and fine. Okay, so in your week 6, so like a day or two then? Okay, so what has it been doing though? Because that's a very long period of time to fuck with your plants. That's a long time now. No, I think she's saying it was like, it could possibly be like just under 2 weeks. How did you, okay, what did the timer say when you walked in? Okay, Melissa, this is bad. This is really bad. This is bad. That's called 2 weeks of, what did it say? What did the timer say? Oh shit. No? Okay. Melissa, I need to know, how long was the timer fucked up for in terms of days? I also need to know what the timer said. Well, exactly, NC Curve. But right now, what we need to do is we're going to assess what happened for Melissa. So, Melissa, my friend, we love you. We need the information. How many days was timer fucked up? And so 11 days. Okay, that's a long period of time, Melissa, but it's okay. Don't worry, we fixed this shit. Now, second question. What did timer say when you went to reset timer to do things properly? Know what I'm saying, man? I help me things so I can pet. Puppies are fucking wrestling in the background. I apologize. They're having fun. No, Dean Thornby is completely right, Melissa, in what he has said. What's up, I'm Group? What's shaking, baby? Fucking A, Groot. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Much love. Hashtag boo. But yeah, so Dean is totally right, Melissa. So look, one, be careful on your timer. Place it somewhere where you can't step on it. You should always keep cables up and raised above the ground, just for general safety's sake. Like if you drunk or working in your pants, that's okay, it happens. But like, don't choose your shit on by accidentally spilling shit on it, right? So you keep it up. Keep it up, you know, you can just put it on like a simple little hook on the wall or along the wall, you know what I mean? You'll be okay. And don't step on it. But like, yeah, you know. But definitely watch out for Hermes. Reveg might happen. You can totally fight reveg. Reveg is really hard at 6 weeks, so it's sturdier in that sense. But Dean is right. Hermes is going to be your biggest danger. Yes, yield is probably, as Dean said, will suffer and all that crap. But, you know, the timer slots were up and down during the off cycle, meaning they were getting light during darkness. So it was like tap it on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on kind of thing, or? Okay, I won't lie to you. You're definitely going to have to look out for Hermie. Melissa, do you know what a nanner looks like? Comes out in a different sort of array of shapes, really, but we call it a nanner because it's kind of like a banana, kind of. Yeah, and they come out and look differently. So really inspect closely for that. And show them extra love. Talk to them. I'm a big believer in that. Even when we have our giant facility, if we ever get that going, which is not giant, it'll be a little micro craft grower bullshit thing, but at least we're still doing it legally in the country and able to like finally like not just grow for our own personal use for medical needs, but like to share the world what we could do. And you know, but talk to him. So I'm gonna do it. You should do it too. Tell him you're sorry. Just be like, I'm sorry. But Mama loves you, yo. And we'll take care of you so much. It's gonna be wonderful. It'll be good. You'll be okay. I have every faith in you, my fucking sister, man. I got you. And I believe you'll be okay. Just pay very, very, very close attention now. Just super close. Watch that shit like a motherfucking hawk. Hopefully you're not as blind as I am. Never heard of it, but if you have a link, send me an email so I can look at it. That'd be super cool. I'm assuming it's a rosin press because that's what it sounds like. Sick, buddy. No, exactly. Oh, what's up, Yerbo Buena Gardens, bro? What's up, dude? Whoop. How you doing, man? Keeping it real, man. Oh, it's. Hey, man, that's cool. I'll check it out. Does it say what the tonnage pressage that it can do? Does it have a pressure size? Squeeze with love. Oh, is it a hand pressing unit? I'm confused now. I don't think I could check shit while we're talking, so. Okay. All right. Dude. Will this be your first ever rosin presser thing to fuck around with and play with? Oh, fuck yeah. It's a great thing to learn with and play with. But everyone, guess what? My favorite time. Not really, but I mean, it just happens because I drink beer when I do live streams, but I'm peeing. It hasn't been a live stream with Pot Squatch. Dean Thornby, much love, motherfucker. Peace out from Canada to Spain while I pee. It's not a sign of disrespect. It's a sign of beer drinking. Much love, Dean, man. Be safe, brother. Okay, Luminas, I can show you some shit. I have to wash my hands if I go touch marijuana. Oh, dang it. Un momento, por favor. Oop. I almost reported my own live stream by accident. 1 second. Okay? Sweet. It's finally Mrs. Pot Squad. She's sitting on her yoga ball drinking wine, just like totally YouTubing out watching random shit. Melissa, that sounds about right. And that would definitely fuck with things. But Melissa, this is learning. You want to know how I learned everything I know about growing other than just reading? Practical application and trying and fucking up a lot. I fucked up so much when I started growing. Because you see, like a lot of my grower friends that I have came from families who were growers. You know? Noble families, maybe, as one could say it in an old way. And I was like the poor surf boy, the Sabbath priests, knowing, marijuana was the devil, it was this bad thing, and I just had to start learning on my own. So I read, and I tried. My first marijuana plants were grown with stolen lamp part wiring bits that I took from parents' old lamps. Took them apart, took the guts out, put it back together so it looked kind of right, and just put it back in the storage. And that is how it all began for me. Yes, it is true. Excuse me. Ah. Oh, right. Thank you for reminding me because I totally spaced out and forgot about showing you weed titties. Well, let me show you some of the Sasquatch baby right now. Let me show you some of that one. This is Sasquatch. I don't know how focused it looks. That's the bad thing. Like, if you saw how crystally this shit is, there's pictures of it on the Instagram. You can see this one. Or maybe if I switch to the front camera, maybe it's a better camera. God damn it. I'm trying to fucking focus and it's not working. This phone also seems to like refuse to use its anti-focus or autofocus. It's the anti-focus. It's the A5 that came with anti-focus. You turn on autofocus, you get anti-focus. God damn it. Fucking sucks. But let's get into the smell of the cannabis. Subtle, sweet but funky. Deep, not earthen, but knowing, natural. This is the Sasquatch. When our friend, who's one of the head dudes of the company, BC Craft Supply Co., came by, he tried this shit. I developed this one. This is my strain. This is my work. It's the Sasquatch from the Pot Squatch. And gets you real fucking baked. And it's very medicinal. 22% CBD, 16% THC. Or at least the phenotype we had that. I lost that one, long story. But we had to kill her. Sad but true. But we still have the genetics from the experiment she came from. We will find the new Dark Mama Pheno #2. I'm high as shit too, Melissa. So that's the Sasquatch. Let's show you some bubblegum, maybe. I wish this was better. Go on the Instagram. You can see better pictures. I mean, I'm not a photographer. Shit out. But some good pictures on there if I do say so myself. So this is some of the bubblegum weed titties. This is my bubblegum. I'm pre-2000 bubblegum indica. Oh, shit. The name is not lost in its smell. It smells like bubblegum. Like some proper old-fashioned pink fruity bubblegum. This is cured to perfection. You guys remember Sous Chef Josh, who did that rosin hit on the video? Well, I met other rosin on the new press. The new big press out of this bubblegum. And this guy's a dabber, man. I'm not really a dabber. I got an Evolve Plus pen. I use it occasionally. But, like, he loves his pen. Like, he's a dabber, man. And he dabbed a bunch of it on, like, man. I'm like, man, no, dude, you should be careful. Wait a minute. I don't think I made that on the new press. I made it on the old press. Sorry, I'm auto-correcting my memories. Remember correctly what I did. No, we made it on the old press. We got a shitty return as fuck. It was horrible. But we created something brilliant. Oh, what we created was this beautiful, 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 deep, deep bubblegum taste on this. And it was so sexy, man. So anyway, Josh came over after I made this shit, and I was like, hey, man, like, try this shit out, man. Motherfucker ended up greening out. And this guy's a dabber, man. And he locked himself in my washroom for almost 40 minutes. We're like drinking, you know, it's one of those days you're just, you know, bros hanging out, drinking beer and smoking and stuff. And so he tried a bunch of this stuff. And then he's like, boom, And then he goes, washer. And he came out. I was like, dude, like, I was worried about you. Are you all right? Like, I rarely shit that long. He's, no, man. Like, it was just like, whoa. Anyway, it was fine. Well, exactly, MH. You're gonna have a longer run time, and you know, no, it was hilarious. The other Josh got wrecked. It was true. He loved it though. He's like, but dude, that was amazing. Excuse me. I apologize. But to be frank, well, I'm drinking carbonated beverages and it's gonna happen. I burped. I'm like, when I was a kid, Joshua, I'm sorry, but carbonation happens. Oh, definitely check for the nanars. It is very true. But Melissa, the fact is, every huge fuck up we have, okay, is a learning experience as a grower. It's going to make you better. It's going to make you stronger as a grower. And, you know, so I say don't treat the fuck up as a heartbreak. Treat the fuck up as a fucking amazing fucking thing that's awesome. Because you're learning and just fully knowing. 1 second. Where the fuck are the dogs? Did I let them out like a dumbass? Oh, thank God they're with their mother. Whew. Heart attack. We live in the bush, and they're midgets. Whoa, there's a bunch of messages. 1 second, everybody. Sneezer, no seed company. I don't know. They might say something. You could do that. What I would do is, like, you never know. Send them a letter back with the 2 seeds that didn't germinate and package them and be like, these bitches didn't germinate, Mike, etc., etc. Put your order number on it. You might get something. I don't know. But at the same time, like, unless they advertise a guaranteed germination rate, like, because that's the danger of buying things online. You never know how old it is, how well has it been kept, you know, like. And that's why if we ever get our licensing and our company going here in Canada, you know, we want to eventually do seeds and bring that to everybody and share it with everyone and be like, yo, hey, seeds, man, like, grow some fucking weed to this, you know what I'm saying? That's your good. Flags are like children. Sometimes you get a fat kid. Sometimes you get a dork. Sometimes you get... Or, not flags, plants, sorry. Sometimes you get... Arnold Schwarzenegger, but if you check Norris, you got fire. Well, simply put, that's what growing is too. And when you grow, like, see, like, to newer growers who are watching, I will say, if you want to be a grower, if this is a passion for you, part of how you begin to even, like, gain the knowledge and keep going is that you make a decision that, like, you want to develop your own strains. Well, maybe one day, but you start watching, like, let's say you get a batch of seeds, grow them all out. You know, if you've got the room, grow all of them out. Like, let's say you buy 5, grow them all out. You grow 10, do it. And learn as a new grower to watch the difference of the nuanced genetics of each phenotype present in your strain. A lot of these companies aren't stabilizing their shit. So, like, you could get some cool, funky, really different things out of this shit and watch it and be like, damn, that's cool. NC Kerr. To be fair, like for my personal one, yeah, it's decently tweaked to my usage, I would say, but like not fully. You know, you just smoke some of your friends pot too. Bad dual king, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, I live a continuous migraine neuropathic pain patient. Plus, I like to not have cancer come back, so you know I kind of keep the system proud, man. If you don't see. Check your nuts, boys. Seriously, check your nuts. Ladies, check your parts too. Your titties and shit. Wherever tumors can happen in your shit, you can get it. You should check it. Well, there's so many messages. I gotta read things. Seed man is a nice guy. You can say, yeah, dude, that's awesome, dude. And I'm saying, like, I don't know a lot of the seed people out there, and I'm sure there's a lot of awesome assholes like all of us. Really nice people just doing business. So that's awesome. So Seedsman, sounds good. I say hashtag boom, hashtag high five to that then. Awesome videos, man. Helping me start up. Got white widow, purple Urkel. Oh, very nice. Grape God, decent. Dude, guitar lessons live. Fuck yeah. I gotta go to bed soon too, man. Love you guys. Peace and love. Sweet dreams. Keep it sexy. And very nice on the purple Urkel, man. I like purple Urkel. White Widow obviously is a classic, but it depends on whose White Widow you have. Grape God too is pretty tasty. I'm just not a huge sack guy, so. But I mean, I have a God Bud Cross too in my genetic stories that I've featured on the channel, so who am I to speak? I think it'd be cool to make a new strain. It totally is. I love making strains. Yerba Buena, that's awesome. I'm not a hydro guy myself. I mean, I've worked with them a lot over the years, and I have my own designs. But as I age, and I, think about how I there's something beautiful and textile that is touching the earth, man. It's intimate with it. I like it. I come from thousands of years of serfs and all of my genetic background. Not an ounce of blue blood in me. I like to play in the dirt. I like to farm shit. Yeah, Sam Vic, totally puppy UFC. Always happens. I get to see like a brand new UFC fight every day. And they have meal and water breaks. And it's so funny because like they know it's like a tango as brother and sisters fighting and doing their thing. They're like, okay, we take a break now. He eats and drinks. And they switch and then she does and then they go back at it. It's fucking hilarious. Granddaddy Purple is tasty. I also am a big fan of Granddaddy Purple. And also, too, one second. I have one of the, what is the one in there? I think it's the original old school BC Perps is the one I got in there. It's a special local one. Funnily enough, I didn't acquire it from here. Oddly acquired it from a grower friend down in the States who sent it to me as a gift. And I was like, that's really weird, man, but kind of cool. But, my friends, I will say that I won't lie to you. My batteries are now, I think I'm feeling that they are lowering. They are lowering a little bit, so hit me now. I'm going to go hit the joint. We've got at least 10 minutes more of me answering marijuana questions. I will get my science brain on, and we got this. You know what's funny? I went to school with Cheech and or Chong's fucking niece and nephew. Palouf. And her brother's name was Toma. Well, Sam, drawing is always a different thing. Each grow, even with the same genetics, is going to have a slightly different drawing rate and environmental rate depending on season and stuff, unless you have like a hermetically sealed environment. So drawing is more of a dance of one, watching your buds, two, watching their stems, and bending and feeling the stem. It's a judgment call, and to be honest with you, the way I do it, I don't like even test anything. I just touch and look. I touch and look, and when it's ready, you know. And it takes time to get used to that, but that's how you do it. And it comes from fucking it up or just right away getting it, but that's how you do it. And then jars and burp method. Jars and burp is the only way to finish your marijuana, as far as I'm concerned. I would never do anything else. And you have to put them in, and regardless of strain, burp off is still the same. Daily burp. For the first week, I normally go at least 30 minutes. Then I take them out and I reorganize them. Every the first couple of weeks, you gotta. I know it's labor intensive. This is how you make the sexiest and best weed to take it all out, gently move it around, and put it back in. Rearranges it, allows it to better sell out. That's how you do it to all your tanks. That's why craft cannabis. It's where the best weed comes from. It's a lot of work though. I would only vacuum seal for long-term storage, but in my world, I don't need to worry about that. With really good jars that are tight sealing jars and having good stuff that's grown well and you cure it well, like you can keep it in jars in a well-tempered environment and, away from light for a long time. So, yeah, no, I don't have that issue. If that makes sense. You could try it. Oriza sativa. You could try it. It might work. I would be more of the person of if I were wanting to successfully do it, I would dig her up, pot her, bring her inside, throughout the season, re-veg her there, and bring her out to be a new beast. Well, and Seeker, that's a good thing. Sounds like you have a good time ahead of you. I still treat it the same way because I don't trim wet. I just clean up the plant a bit and I cut giant branches and segments off and I hang that as a whole and I dry that way. Even the small motherfuckers and the small ones, like the really small ones that sometimes let go, I'll just take those and I'll take them in a big clump, like a little bouquet. It's like, ew, I'm weed getting married. And I'll just hang those bitches. You know what I'm saying? What does at MH is that a Twitter? Because I don't do that. Or is it an Insta thing? I got one of those. NC Kerr, I fucking respect the shit out of that motherfucker, and I love that shit. That's fucking amazing. Which one are we talking about, Sneezer? I don't know what you're talking about. Terps profiles. Not the Spencer's here too. I don't know if you're talking about the my shit or. It welcomed the fact that I was kind of bone a 90-year-old man. We don't have a reference frame though on some strains for more sensitive environmental things. Oh, and seeker. Marijuana is one of the most diverse plant kingdoms you could ever imagine. The amount of differing naturally occurring strains as land races, let alone the quintessential huge amounts of fuckery that we as people have done to them. Oh my goodness. There's many, many beautiful diverse genetic marijuanas out there. Well, and Seeker, it's not necessarily what it's supposed to be because there's never it's supposed to be. There's just one movement. Think about it. Think about it this way. Think about it like a musician playing an instrument, playing a song very close to them. A true musician will never play it quite the same like once, and they'll keep doing that. So simply put, you will simply. Sorry, I just got a text from someone that just distracted my brain. Phenotypes are like the same song being played in very different ways, but the same way at the same time. If it's a good stable harvesting of, non-stabilized but stable to a point, genetics that have been bred. So, yeah, that's how I would describe that song playing. Well, MH, I mean, most of my genetics don't come from stores or something. They've been things I've collected over years from people. Grows that I respect. Whatever makes you feel happy, MH. Oh, Joey Hurst. If you go back in earlier videos, and that's exactly what I was going to call it, was Bubble Squatch. It's the exact name I came up with too. Yeah, I want to. But we're going to have to, find a new Sasquatch for the new working. So those genetics we're saving until we eventually get the, farm going. And we're working on that, trying to figure out a way to get our legal craft farm going here. Working hard, trying hard. But yeah, it's gonna be good. But I would think it would be really, yeah, back at you, fucking MH. I do think though, like Bubble Squatch would be great. I've got a couple of like kind of Afghanistan bull skunks, Tiva landrace, and some kind of Afghan Kush landrace ones. I'd love to cross them with it too. We'll call the Afghan Kush Sandy Squatch because Squatch would get hairy in the sand. There's a sativa, so we should say, I don't know. I haven't thought about the sativa skunk one, but I figured it out. But like, my friend Christina, she's a grower down the States, and she's developed a new like first cross. It's a first cross ready to roll. But I'm gonna get some of them and play with them. And we're calling it Gorilla Blue Mark One, man. Gorilla Blue. It's a blending of Blueberry Sativa, I think, actually, or hybrid that she acquired down there, but with I believe it's GG4. It might be the original Gorilla Glue, but I think it's a GG4. But it'll be an interesting thing to play with, given the super unstable, but happy but unstable genetics of Gorilla Glue. I won't lie to you, Sneezer. On shrooms, when I've done them, I've done magic mushrooms as well. Um, I like drinking on shrooms. I find the alcohol cuts the cycloglobin is a good mediator for me. I don't drink hard liquor. I drink just beers, but well, I drink liquor, but I mean on shrooms, I would drink beer. That's what I would do. You know. Yep. But some people can't handle their shit. And they gotta be very careful, especially if they don't know what they're doing, right? You know, you should let them know. I have a preferred and favorite species. There's 3 species of cannabis: indica, sativa, and Laos. For me personally, my favorite species is of the indica variety. Biker Squatch is a sativa loving man. Different types, right? Different strokes for different folks. I like indica. But my friends, I think I need to go. My batteries are done. But my friends, tonight has been an awesome Sunday night, late night live show. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Excuse me. But I love you guys, and it's been a great time. It's been awesome hanging out with you guys and girls and Z's and theys and fuck the plethora of anything that a bunch of you might come up with, but it doesn't matter. Even if I think you're a little silly and stupid, I'm still gonna love you. And so, motherfuckers. One second. Jenna, keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. I'm saying goodbye to everyone. Keep playing.
When time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much.
Peace and rock and roll, my friends. Rock-a-shaka. Spock choked up. My friends, this is Uncle Pot Squash saying, do not be afraid to take risks. If you fuck up, guess what? I fucked up a lot too with my grows growing up. The reason why the things that I know is because I fucked up a lot. So do not be afraid of making mistakes, because mistakes is how we learn as growers, okay? It's how we deal with them and problem solve that is the important thing. My friends, Uncle Pot Squatch says, I motherfucking love you. Keep it rock and roll and keep it sexy. Peace and love, my friends. Uncle Pot Squatch out. Roadhouse.